Hi Anatomistas! This is a dissection session with me, Sophia.
And Jasmine Ramones from BSN 1D. In this video, we are going to dissect a frog and locate its organs.
What is the point of dissecting frogs? Frogs are often used in dissection when demonstrating the organ system of a complex organism. The presence and position of the organs found in the frog are similar enough to a person to be able to provide insights to the internal workings of the human body.
Materials needed for the dissection. Dissecting kit. This includes probe, dissecting scissors, scalpel, fluffer, forceps, and pins. Dissecting pan, yarn, felt tip pen, bio bag, cottons or paper towels,
Formalin.
and frog specimen.
In this dissection, we are going to pit the frog. Pitting is also a procedure used in laboratories to immobilize a biological specimen, for instance, a frog.
After preparing the materials, make sure to rinse the frog to remove the impurities and mucus on its skin before dissecting it. Let us calm the frog to properly pit it. Then we are going to locate the soft part of its skull. After this, a needle is inserted 90 degrees in angle and wiggle it in a rotational manner to destroy the brain and as well as the spinal cord. Once you hear a tick sound, your frog is good for dissection.
As the frog is already paralyzed, we wash again the frog to ensure the cleanliness of our dissection process. Then we are going to put the frog on a supine position on the dissecting pan or styro. Pin its limbs to avoid it from moving while the dissection process.
After the frog was pinned down, we are going to draw a vertical incision guide on the medial part of the frog, and as well as a horizontal lines on the superior and inferior part of its abdomen area.
Then using a forceps, we are going to lift its skin in the rear legs. This is to avoid cutting the frog's muscle. Then use the scalpel to make a small cut and dissecting scissors following the incision guide.
After cutting the frog's skin, use a probe and a scalpel to properly separate the skin from the muscle layer below. Then pin the flaps of the skin to the styrofoam. If the linea alba and the abdomen muscle is visible, you can use it as an incision guide.
Again, use the forceps in lifting the muscle layer and a scalpel in making a small cut. After this, you can now use a dissecting scissors to continue the incision. Remember, just cut the muscle layer and stop below its neck area.
Then pin the muscle flaps from the styro just like what we did on the skin. With this, we could have a better access to the internal organs of the frog. As you can see, the internal organs are still working.
Then we could see the yellow organ that is called the fat bodies. Fat bodies are located near the genitals of amphibians. These are areas of its body containing stored energy. Then over here is a dark brown triangular-like structure and one of the most visible organ, the liver. The liver plays an important part in the digestion process of this frog. Here is a pinkish sac-like, the lungs. Frogs rely on their lungs to breathe when they are active and need more oxygen than skin respiration alone can provide. This light whitish sac is the stomach, which is responsible for chemical digestion since frogs just swallow their food.
Then here's the large intestine. It is where undigested food is stored. Then here is the small intestine. This is where most of the actual digestion takes place. Then the pancreas. Pancreatic tubes are small tubes that carry the pancreatic juices to the small intestines. And then here is the spleen. The spleen is a small circular, dark brown structure that makes, stores, and destroys blood cells. Then here is the kidney, right and left. The kidneys are where the frog's blood gets cleaned. It also helps to excrete excess water from their body. Then lastly, the heart. The frog's heart is the only organ that is protected by the pericardial sac, which is a fluid-filled sac that protects and cushions the heart body.
The skinning process. We are now removing the skin of the frog. To preserve the internal organs and basically the whole frog for future uses, we are soaking it with the formalin. The frog dissection was not difficult as we think, but not easy as we do. As ABM graduates, we have no experience or any knowledge about frog dissection. We thought it would be difficult, that we won't be able to do it. But sometimes, we just have to trust ourselves. Dissecting frogs is a lot of fun and well worth the effort. We were able to shoot the frog and locate the soft spot. We expect the worst when we cut the frog, but when we open it, we are amazed and thrilled for how beautiful it is. We were able to see how the heart beats, how the lungs enlarge, and how the other organs function close up. We will treasure these experiences that we could bring along as we move forward to get the 2 letters in our last names. Registered Nurse, RN.